Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.
Peace! Today is Wednesday, November 6th. Making today's math. Equality. Equality is to deal equal in all forms of knowledge. Peace. Peace. Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
Godfrey.
DJ Vlad.
Yeah. Rod Digger is, she's on the road.
Doing the work. She's
out there with Ninth Wonder and them getting it in.
Getting it in, baby.
And we back.
And we
doing
want
what we do.
We want to bring up, we had a big loss in entertainment yesterday. Huge loss.
Especially in comedy.
In comedy.
So
I would say comedy and
apropos.
especially black comedy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Urban comedy. John Witherspoon, a.k.a. Pops.
Rest in
passed
power.
away yesterday, and I got that text. My friend just went, John Witherspoon? Question mark. I said, the fuck you mean? Oh, shit. Then his head started popping up. Fuck, man. 77. He was so healthy looking. Like he always had that energy, but you never know what's going on inside. You know what I mean? And he worked a lot. He worked like 40-something weeks out of the year, because sometimes I'd be at a club where he just left.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, Pops was just here. Oh, okay, cool. Because he travels like me. You know what I mean? And fuck, man, that hurt, man. That hurt. Like Patrice O'Neal when he's gone, when Robin Williams gone. You know what I'm saying? The people who really had an effect on you.
George Carlin.
George Carlin, Pryor, like.
Pryor, yeah.
Fucking, we
Pryor
know.
and Carlin had to be probably my favorite comedian.
Those are my favorite. Those are the top. That's top. Those are top.
And probably somebody's like, Jamar has a favorite white comedian? Yes, I do.
Funny's funny.
George
fuckhead.
Carlin was funny
But as fuck.
fuck.
So good. People act like every time we talk about pro-black shit and we name something
And
white.
smart.
I was listening to the Rolling Stones the other day, like, you listen to the Stones? Yeah, motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong? Just because we are talking about pro-black shit, it's what the fuck? I listened to the Stones. I was listening to Zeppelin, even though they got sued for all that shit they stole. But, they plagiarized. They didn't even ask anybody, so they got sued. The Stones admitted that they copied everything black and all that shit, but they just plagiarized. Yeah, it's like Robin Thicke, who keeps getting caught. But anyway, John Witherspoon, as a comedian, big loss, and I'm sure the Wayans, all the movies he's been in, from Boomerang to Wayans Brother Fridays, and he was in What's Happening as a young comedian. He was on a lot of shit, and I met him 3 times. I was at his house when we were doing Soul Plane. We had to have a meeting at his house because we were all in Soul Plane. That was dope. I met him on the road. He gave me advice he actually gave me advice. Damn. He gave me advice on, I said, so who do you put on your shows, man? He goes, man, I make sure there's a white girl on my, you can't have man, some of these niggas, boys, them motherfuckers take your jokes and shit. I can't have that. Oh, hell no. I might be able to get Johnny.
You got a good job.
He's like, yeah, man, because you try to hide these niggas, man. They just tell your jokes. You be like, nigga, I done told you to get off the stage. Shit. So,
some hot sauce on my burrito.
And Witherspoon taught me, when I do shows on the road, to make sure you have a variety of people on your show. don't, because you're black comic, it doesn't have to be a black show. Sometimes put an Asian on it, put a Spanish person, different types. If you do put a black person, put somebody that's totally different. Just make it a show. He taught me that. And yeah, and he taught me about the Boondocks on how I said, why does it take so long for the Boondocks to come out? Why does it take so long for the Boondocks to come out? He said, because sometimes we do the voiceovers and they got to take it back to Korea to do the animation and then bring it back.
That's not how he said it.
No, he said, man, these motherfuckers take forever. Shit. I mean, goddamn it, we do the voiceover and shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, when the fuck we doing the new season? Shit, I need my money, goddamn. Oh, he's about that money. He said, you got to get your money. Fuck.
Now, you have interviewed John Witherspoon.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, last year I sat down with John for an hour.
Fantastic dude, man.
It was incredible because I'm such a big fan. Friday is definitely one of my favorite movies ever.
Definitely.
Probably my favorite comedy ever.
Yeah.
Easy. I would say Friday's my favorite
My
comedy.
favorite part my favorite part of John Witherspoon, which is so funny, is when he was saying, you don't fight with that, you fight with these. That was I thought he was so...
He was powerful in that moment.
Powerful as fuck, man. That's one of my favorite scenes of his whole career. When he said, you got to fight with these. Yeah, man.
It was a hell of an interview, and he's done other interviews, but in my style, I got him to tell his life story. From where he was born, to how he grew up, to how he went to Vegas and didn't have any money, to how he got his first break, to, how Boomerang came together. How Eddie Murphy the movie was already shot and done, and he just flew him out for this scene. And how he found the mushroom suit in just wardrobe.
Coordinate.
He didn't bring that. That wasn't planned. He just was going through the wardrobe and found this, and then ad-libbed the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, he wrote all that. Oh,
all that was just off the head.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Man,
well,
incredible. That's a big loss, man.
Incredible, man. Very
big loss.
And you could tell that he was getting older. I had to repeat myself a bunch of times.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't hear very well. He was an older man.
Yeah.
But I actually drove him home afterwards.
Oh, that's
he
cool.
lived in the valley.
Yeah.
He had a little gated house.
Yeah, I remember that house. I went to that house.
And he talked about how he still tours all the time. He said, what am I gonna do? Just sit at home and look at my waterfall?
I gotta get my money. Fuck that one. Shit.
See, the thing about John Witherspoon, he's one of those entertainers, especially one of those black entertainers that, for us, people that really are into black culture, we have him up here.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, there's white people that, John who?
Yeah.
Right.
They don't know who he is.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And this kind of goes back to what I've been saying, how there's two different worlds. There's two different dimensions. This is why, and I don't want to go back to the captain, but this is why any shots that he shoots at me, or any shots that I shoot at him, they're really not going to hit each other. You know why? Because we're in two different dimensions.
There's not a lot of overlap between Lord Jamar and Eminem fans.
We're in two different worlds.
Not a whole lot of
For him to hit me, he would have to do what he's never done in his whole career, which is to make a song that black people actually fucked with.
Yeah.
That's what he'd have to do. It would have to be so hot at black people, it would have to be a back-to-back. He don't have one of those. He can't make one of those.
It'd have to be like a stand.
We wasn't even fucking with Stan like that.
But you know about the song. But you knew about the song.
Stan,
because they played it on the radio all the time.
Stan.
I'm talking about.
And it was a good song.
It wasn't played in the clubs.
It was not. It wasn't a club
I'm talking
song.
about a back-to-back. I'm talking about a back-to-back where in black culture, you being a black person walking in a club, if that song is about you, that was a bad look at that moment. You see what I'm saying? In black culture, you hearing that shit was like, oh my God, they're playing this song. Like, not one club that I go into and they were playing, what's that song, Fall or whatever the fuck he was talking about me. Like, I didn't have to worry about that. You see what I'm saying? And just like if I say something about him, it's not like it's gonna necessarily travel all the way to his fans. Let's say I made a record. It's not gonna travel to his mainstream fans.
Oh, I think his fans will listen.
Yeah, they listen just to hate, I guess. But you understand, like you did say, there's not a lot of overlap between the worlds. You know what I mean? So shoot your shot at me. It's getting hit by the force field of us. There's a black world and there's a white world. That's why that's all I'm saying. And in the black world, Eminem could never be the GOAT.
Fuck no.
Maybe in the white world, he's the GOAT.
But that's
of rap.
white world having hope of dominating black culture. That's all the fuck that is. And white dudes know that he ain't the fucking GOAT.
Right.
Real motherfuckers do. But that's just white dudes going, because a lot of white dudes want to be able to do what we do. And when one motherfucker does a little something, they go, look, see? Like Timberlake. Timberlake should never, ever, ever remake another Michael Jackson song ever the fuck again. Because Neo didn't do it. Neo wrote that Justified album, that was for Michael Jackson.
Right.
And Neo was like, fuck it, let me give it to you. Neo wrote another album with Michael and put it away, said, I gotta respect Mike. And this fucker, Justin goes and does Shake Your Body Down to the Ground like he could do it better than Mike. Motherfucker, are you, not even Usher is remaking this shit? You ain't better than them. Fuck are you doing?
I want to just bring it back now to John.
But here's the thing.
This is my whole point.
I got a little fact about John.
Real quick though.
Okay,
my
go
whole
ahead.
point is John Witherspoon is one of our GOATs in comedy.
Yes.
He's in the black world.
Yeah.
In the white world, you know,
They may know, may not know him.
They might know him from a couple of movies. Oh, that's that funny guy, but they don't necessarily know his name. And he's not a Seinfeld to them. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
In their world, Seinfeld's the shit. In the black world, Seinfeld's funny, but he's not the fucking man. You see what I'm saying? No disrespect to Seinfeld. I used to watch that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Right.
But the realism, and to keep it 1,000, is there's two different worlds.
Yeah.
And that's all I've been saying. And in the world where black people created hip hop and all that, this guy Eminem and anybody else that comes in afterwards, that came after the creators, are guests.
That's right.
In the house of the people that created the fucking house.
That's it, period. I mean, no big deal. It's just an insult to white privilege. That's all that is. It's like, because we don't do that in their shit.
When you go to another country, you're a guest of that country.
We don't.
When you go to a hotel, you're a guest of that hotel.
That's all it is.
And you're happy to be a guest.
Okay, let's say I became a Klan member.
I'm happy to be a guest in the mind of
Let's say I became a Klan member.
Captain Caveman.
I was a Klan member. I
love
would be
it.
the guest
I'm stretching out in that.
in their house of hatred. They created that. Now,
make
let's
it
say I
relax.
hated black people. Fuck these niggas. They would be like, you're a guest in our house of hatred. I'd be like, we created it. Okay. It's the same shit. Here's a little fact, though. Speaking of white people, you know, John's firstborn, JD, who I fucking know, I didn't know this was his father. I was just talking to JD a couple weeks ago. He's a comedian, Laugh Factory. We talk all the time. I didn't know that was his pops.
JD Witherspoon?
JD Witherspoon. He, David Letterman's the godfather.
Right.
Of his son, his first son.
Yeah, they're really close.
Yes, they're very close.
Yeah.
So David Letterman is his godson.
Now, who would have put
His godson.
David Letterman
And John Witherspoon. But
together?
here's the thing.
I would have never seen
But
that.
here it is. David Letterman and Jay Leno used to write for Jimmy Walker. They were his writers. Jimmy Walker managed Jay Leno and David Letterman in the 70s at the Comedy Store. Jimmy Walker was the most famous black comedian in the 70s. With Good Times, Jimmy Walker was the biggest comedian. And Jay Leno, and he hired them to write. So you know they all hung out at the Comedy Store. So this all makes sense.
Right, you know who else are best friends? Because you just mentioned him. Jerry Seinfeld and George Wallace.
Oh, I got something even better than that one.
George Wallace was the pallbearer when Seinfeld's mother died.
Jerry Seinfeld's
Now,
other
see-
best friend is black.
Who's that?
And now when you
Oh,
say it, but look at the comparison though. Hold up. what did we just say? Jerry Seinfeld and
David Letterman?
No, David Letterman and
John Witherspoon.
John Witherspoon and then
Seinfeld, George Wallace.
and George Wallace.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, those are great examples. Because first of all, look how much money Seinfeld and Letterman have.
Nope, and look at how much, yeah.
Compared to a Witherspoon and a George Wallace. Now, black people in the room.
Yeah.
Who's funnier to you?
right.
A George Wallace and a John Witherspoon, or a motherfucking Seinfeld and
David Letterman.
David Letterman?
Yeah, I know. It's a white world, man.
You see?
The funniest comedians historically
are black. If it was up to us, those guys would be making just as much or more money than those guys. Or let's make it equal, at least. Don't tell me that George Wallace is not funnier than Seinfeld. And please don't tell me John Singleton is not funnier than David Letterman. Like
Witherspoon.
John Witherspoon is funnier than David. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know.
So how them niggas get all caked up like that? I'll tell you how. We live in white America, where white people are the majority, and they're gonna fucking support what their fucking taste.
And a lot of times it's like
their taste in comedy, their taste in rap music, their taste in whatever the fuck it is. That's why.
Yeah.
Am I right or left?
No, you're right, because most of the legends of comedy are all black. Like down the line, other than Carlin, it's like Pryor, Mooney,
Man, not according
Red
to white
Fox.
people.
That's because
they're gonna say W.C. Fields,
W.C.
Laurel
Fields,
Hardy,
Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, but that's just and they're funny people.
Groucho Marx.
But pound for pound, you go Pigmeat Markham, Slappy White. You got Godfrey Cambridge. You got George Kirby. You got Moms Mabley. We got a whole lineup. We'll smash their whole lineup. And I love comedians. Period. Whether they're white or black.
Broke. Compared
all
to
of
the
them
people
died
that
broke.
We talking about.
Yeah. Because of the white world, they get they're gonna pay them.
Now I don't think John Witherspoon. Pardon me. I don't think John Witherspoon died broke.
No.
He ain't got no David Letterman money.
He was good. He was good, but
he ain't got no David Letterman money. He ain't got no Seinfeld money.
He wasn't wealthy. Seinfeld's wealthy. Very wealthy.
Seinfeld's very wealthy.
Very wealthy.
Very wealthy.
With his the syndication.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Yeah.
The Wayans brothers didn't even get a finale episode. They didn't. That was it. Boondocks gets canceled. We can't even be a cartoon.
Come on, he was, and Pops was on there.
Pops was on that, but there's no syndication money. There's no, unless Cosby, they throw him in jail. Fuck. I mean, goddamn, what the fuck? Shit. You can't have shit. And Seinfeld married a 16-year-old. Damn near was fucking around with that Rosh Hashanah chick who was underage.
Was she underage?
Hell yeah. She was like 16, 17.
I like how.
And Seinfeld going, what happened to the girl?
I like how hip hop, and this can kind of segue into a next thing, and I hope you guys saw this. I like how hip hop will sometimes discover older people. You know what I mean? Like hip hop discovered John Witherspoon as a person that we fucked with, and now people like Snoop and all they want to put him in videos and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, he was in a hip hop movie. Like Friday was a hip hop.
Friday was a hip hop movie.
And so that made us kind of discover him in a more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't really know about John Witherspoon before Friday. I know he'd been in stuff, but I honestly.
Now, but wait. He was also in remember Hoe Cakes.
He was Hollywood Shuffle.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Right, but
Hoes Gotta Eat too.
I think that's when I first seen him.
Right. Winky Dinky Dog.
He was funny.
As
Hoes Gotta Eat.
Yeah.
Hollywood Shuffle should be reshown in the theaters. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so somebody like him, I just love when hip hop discovers him.
Yeah.
Another person that reminds me of him that hip hop discovered, when he was older. And there just was a movie made about him that Eddie Murphy just did.
Dolemite.
Did we see it? It's Dolemite.
Great movie.
Fantastic movie.
Great.
Fantastic.
Great movie.
Eddie Murphy murdered that shit. He murdered it.
Fantastic fucking movie.
Oh my God.
Fantastic subject matter.
Yes.
Some of that shit I did not know. I did not know that this man recorded that first album in his living room.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Or he put up his own money for his first movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
All of that.
Because I saw that. I saw the first Dolemite movie. I remember watching that on VHS.
Yeah. It was terrible.
But it was
no. But back
great.
then, I
Funny
know
for
that.
what it was.
But I'm just saying, it was so bad, and his kung fu was so bad. That's why when Eddie Murphy was doing it, it was so funny. Like, and he was a gay man, Rudy Ray Moore.
Was he?
Dolemite's gay. Yeah, Dolemite's gay, man. Hell yeah, I knew that
Really?
years ago. He was gay. He was a gay man. And now on Comedy Hype, his manager guy is saying it like he's like, yeah, he was gay. He was just afraid he couldn't come out. He couldn't, but he was gay, man. Yeah.
Oh, if he would have came out as gay.
Because even look at when his mannerisms. Dolemite, he's like, I'ma tell you, motherfucker. He was gay, but back then you didn't say anything. He's like this, I'm a bad motherfucker.
Well, because he was dressed like a pimp, you see. And sometimes
They got feminine.
some of those pimps be flamboyant.
But he was, yeah. He
Well,
was
that's
real.
what you call it, flamboyant.
Right.
I call it we was letting niggas get away with certain shit because they had money. You know what I mean?
Right.
And upon reflection, you know, we should have been checking motherfuckers when they come around with them perms and all that other
Yeah.
and they nails did and you know.
Doing double dutch.
all of this.
I knew a dude that could do double dutch. I was like,
I just want to give a shout out to the girl on that album cover.
Oh.
My God.
Woo.
My God. I had to pause it.
Bad. Woo.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a wow. Well, all of that aside, I did not know that. But although in the movie, he didn't have a love interest
At all.
You thought maybe the heavyset girl.
I thought at first it was like,
something
no.
was gonna happen, but it never
Never
happened.
did. I was
They
like,
were
oh,
just kind
no.
of friends, like.
Yeah.
So, you
Yep.
know, that kind of I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
It seems like Eddie Murphy's making whatever type of movie he wants to make.
Which is great.
Well, he can do that now.
That's what's
Has
so
he
dope.
not paid his dues in order
Absolutely.
to do that?
He's doing whatever he
Hollywood
wants
has
to do.
always been against Eddie. SNL, and he's going to be hosting SNL in December.
Really?
On the 21st. Eddie
Wow,
Murphy is hosting
that's-
SNL. That's going to be...
That's crazy.
You know what's going to happen? SNL is going to go to #1 like it did when Eddie Murphy got on the show. Because
Seriously?
SNL was in 3rd place before Eddie Murphy. And then Eddie single-handedly brought it to #1.
When he does that,
And they still hate on him.
everybody's gonna watch. Everybody's
Dude,
gonna watch.
fuck,
like I
man.
know, I would.
He said he's doing
I
all the
would
characters.
set up like a timer
Buckwheat.
for that.
Really?
He's doing everything. James Brown, I think he's doing everything.
Gumby.
I can't wait, man.
On
Gumby.
the James Brown hot tub.
Man, shit. Eddie Murphy was the only SNL member to host while he was on the show. He was special guest host while he was on the show.
That's crazy.
Eddie was the coldest dude, and they made sure no other black dudes were ever as good ever again. You noticed that?
Well, see, Dolemite, I brought him up because, again, Dolemite had one of those careers where, with those movies came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you know, in the mid to late 80s, you got rappers like Big Daddy Kane and you know.
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh, yep.
Fucking Nice and Smooth, and different people start to discover
Yeah.
all of those black exploitation and making it cool in hip hop, and now wanting to find these guys and putting them in videos and shit like that, and that breathed new life into, you know what I mean, into dudes. Now they getting booked for little shit or whatever the case may be.
I mean, would you say, because you know they said this at the end of the movie, that he's the godfather of rap?
No.
No, they would say like older jazz dudes
I
were
would
doing
say
rap.
he-
Louis Jordan was a.
He's.
It
That's
was
in the
closing
50s.
credits.
I'm
He
not gonna
said
say
he-
he's the
Nobody
godfather
was
of rap. I'm gonna say he helped perpetuate that style. What he was doing is where rap came from. That when he stole that shit, like there was plenty of those wino niggas that did that type
Yeah.
of like.
Yep.
signifying monkey
That's
shit,
where,
you know
but
what I
that's
mean?
where Dolemite got it from.
Right.
Other dudes in the street.
So, and that's why he did the tape recorder. You see, he had about $20
Right.
out.
Right.
He got all of that.
Crackheads and
$20.
shit.
But so I'm not gonna say it was him, but he helped to make it popular.
Yeah.
You know, if you really think about it, Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? That's
Ali
the
was
60s.
rapping before him.
Ali was
That's
rapping,
true.
yeah. Like and
Louis
that-
Jordan.
Again, Ali is doing the same thing that Dolemite was doing. Like, you know
Yep.
what I mean? Yeah, so there's plenty of other people before him. You know,
Yeah.
people say Pigmeat Markham.
Pigmeat Markham. Oh yeah, man. Pigmeat.
Here come the judge and shit
Yep,
like that. So
yep.
I'm gonna say he's one of the pioneers, though. I'm not gonna say he's the Godfather, but he's one of the Godfathers. I don't think there is just one. You know what I mean? So, but on that note, we're gonna say rest in peace to Rudy Ray Moore.
Rudy
rest
Ray
in
Moore.
peace to John Witherspoon.
Yes.
Rest in peace to John Singleton, because I
John
know I
Singleton,
kept
yes.
saying his name by
Yes,
accident.
Singleton.
Rest in peace to him.
Rest in power, all his brothers, man.
We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
Yep.
Yanadameen Godcast.